Hello. Hello. Hello.
All right, all right. Here we are.
Hello,
How
hello,
goes it?
hello.
There we go. There, that fixed Hunter's camera. Okay. Welcome everybody to the morning live show episode 1. This is April 5th, 2021. And to all of our international viewers, you'll be happy to know on our thumbnail I didn't put it in the number format that the US uses to confuse you guys. I actually put the letters on the thumbnail that says April. So you guys will be happy about that. Um,
Is that what you're dealing with? You're the Tarkov guy that
well,
we're coming
we
at me
have we
for?
have viewers all over. I want to make sure
Yeah,
people aren't
yeah,
confused.
yeah.
Like, is this May?
I
Is this
respect it.
April?
Yeah, I respect it.
But
Okay.
basically, we're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff on this show. We want it to be a sort of every other day, most likely, but consistent show where we can just bring up news and what we want to talk about. Just hang out with you guys on a regular morning basis and kind of lead into our later gaming streams in the days. So we'll talk about kind of what streams we have going on today, but I'd like to actually let Hunter kind of run the show on this one here today. He's got a lot in mind that he'd love to bring to the table for us. We'll keep an eye on comments as well, so definitely feel free to chime in and let's get after it. Morning show episode
Yep.
1. This is awesome.
Okay. So, what's up, guys? Let me just go ahead and introduce myself because I don't know if I've ever introduced myself when for your channel or for your audience on our channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Hunter. I am the Call of Duty streamer you guys see. I stream Minecraft as well, and my real passion. I made all the music for the channel. I'm still gonna make more music for the channel, hopefully. And yeah. So in case you haven't seen me, I stream normally at nights. That's probably why. But yeah. Anyway,
Yes,
so
Hunter, like you said, Hunter is our night streamer. And you guys, we have his music posted on our YouTube channel. If you guys ever want to check it out, we also play it during all the streams and everything. Thanks so much to Hunter for that work that he does. It's really, really awesome stuff that he's able to put out
yeah,
there. So
thank you, C-Do. I appreciate it, my big guy. Anyway, so or not C-Do, Caleb.
that's all good. It's all
But
like we're one and the same
like
anyway, huh?
yeah, I guess at this point we're all the same, huh? But as we were talking about, I guess our idea for this show was to make it kind of like a morning talk show. So I figured we'd just hang out and talk for a minute. You want to start with your with some of your Tarkov
Yeah, we can start
stuff
there.
that's been going on?
I do want to bring up, daily. There's always daily Tarkov stuff coming up, so I'm gonna be keeping my
Hmm.
eyes on Twitter for these morning shows to let you guys know what we have right off the bat. I wasn't really seeing too much craziness going on today. There have been some like optic nerfs lately and stuff, but that all that really means is that the holographics in the game, they you know how the holographics, it's kind of hard to see the reticle because you can kind of see through it basically. Well, they basically applied a fix to that for a moment, but I think it was something that they didn't mean to do. They had the reticle essentially painted on for just a minute, and I don't know if they wanted that or not, so they reverted it, and that's what the quote-unquote nerf is, back to the holographics. So they're just harder to see the reticle again, but I guess it's
That's
more
kind of
realistic.
wild.
I don't know. So it's that's the state of that. But what I did really want to talk about is yesterday,
Hmm.
guys. I got to use the new AR for the first time, the 9mm AR and the new handgun, the PL-15, I believe. I had some fun.
Okay.
With the PL-15. I'll definitely be posting both of these soon. But the PL-15, I was able to kill a duo in factory. I almost got me a third. I just messed up, and I'll post it. It's funny. But just hit firing the
Oh.
PL-15. That thing is nasty. A little 9mm handgun. And then the 9mm AR, I took it to reserve and was battling some raiders. It's crazy. It's shooting that pistol ammo, but in a rifle body, and it just has no recoil. So you can just laser beam because it's semi-automatic. So you're just tapping like crazy, just laser beaming people's heads. And I'll be posting that stuff. It was so much fun. But have you ever fired many weapons in IRL, Hunter? Like, have you ever shot any 9mm guns before?
So surprise you bring that up this morning. No, so I actually haven't shot anything with, I guess you'd say, bullets. I grew up I grew up in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. For those who don't know, um and when you think of Texas, you kind of think for apparently your uh international viewers, when you see like guys with big old hats and guns and it's in the desert, that's what people think Texas is like. Sort of true to a certain extent. But yeah, so I grew up hunting ducks. So I shot a bunch of shotguns. I used to do skeet shooting all the time, where they pull a clay pigeon up, and you have to shoot it before it hits to the ground. It hits the ground. But besides that, no, I've never shot like a rifle. I mean, I've never shot a pistol.
Wait, so what? That was shotgun? That was like bird shot or something?
Yeah, so it's bird shot. So
yeah,
it's
okay,
like,
bird shot.
When you have a BB gun, it's just 35 of those.
Yeah, those little pellets. I see. Yeah, for sure. I hear that. Well, I mean, I know you're a big Call of Duty player too, so you use the guns in like. Have you used many of the 9mm handguns in there? Like, got to feel those out? Yeah.
Oh,
so imagine that in an AR. Like, that's basically what's going on.
Absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I can't wait to post some clips, man. So, chat, it's not a meta gun by any stretch of the imagination, but it's
I would be surprised
it's
if it was
so much fun.
9mm
It's
AR.
semi-automatic pistol AR, yeah. But oh my god. So, I just had to get that out there that I have used it. But I know Hunter has a lot more that he wants to talk about today, so we can move past that a little bit. But there's my Tarkov stuff for today. Maybe something else will come up in my mind or in chat. I'm part of the stereotype. What up, C-Do? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome. All right, go ahead.
What's up, C-Do? So let's get it. I want to talk about some Call of Duty stuff. I got two kind of sections I want to talk about. In case you guys aren't familiar, Call of Duty had its season 2. I think it's like 2.5 update. I think they brought it out like halfway through the season. And so essentially what happened is they took a few maps. They added a couple maps, none that are really that great, and then they did a bunch of weapon tuning, and that's the big news. So as far as the map goes, there's Miami Strike, which is exactly like Crossroads Strike or Armada Strike, in the sense that they took Miami, which for some reason they made the size of 45 football fields put right next to each other.
Wait, just originally? Like, have they changed the map since it was put out?
Yeah, so...
Oh, really?
So, it's just a huge map. Like, it's like the
I played it, like, right when it
of-
came out, but I don't remember anything since. So.
Yeah, it is... that map, not been changed at all. Still super dark.
Okay.
But anyway, they took one section of that map. They kind of cut the map in half and then squeezed it a little bit on the ends. And so it's a... If you look on the... from where you spawn in, it's the very right side or the very left side of the map. There's all the call-outs for it, but, it doesn't really matter too much. And they added... So they have a middle lane, they added a left lane, and then they added behind Garage a big... outer lane, which is awesome, and they made it in the daytime, which is hugely better. And they added, a couple more features here and there. But it just took that map, the original Miami map, and just made it, I think, that much better for multiplayer. For league play, I think it would be terrible.
I hear you. I hear you on the daytime too, though, because like in Tarkov, man, it recently got darker in this update that they put out too. I think because they changed some of the shaders, and they even made the mall map darker than they meant to, and they reverted that a little bit. But it is a dark game sometimes, dude, and you just die to like black corners sometimes where you're just like, is there somebody over there? And then something just goes through your head, man. But yeah, I hear you on that. So
I'll tell you what the worst is. So this Miami is super dark, and the only time I really play it is the only time I play it in league play is in search, because that's it. That's all it's used for in the map set, and it's just absolutely annoying to, run straight down the left side of the map and you're sitting in your perfect head glitch spot waiting for someone to walk by, and then you just die from someone who's been in your view for like 10 minutes.
Absolutely, man. I hear it. I hear it.
Ridiculous.
Target, acquisition is an art, and I suck at it sometimes, man. I'll be honest.
Yes.
Oh,
trust me. I play on controller, so you already know how much different that is. Got to use my dumb thumbs to try and aim and shoot a gun.
I've seen you do it, and I think chat. I think I'd argue he does it well. We'll be putting more Hunter clips out there. So, I don't know if there's, but yeah. I'll let you keep going. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Sure. Well, anyway, on maps they added a Face Off. That's what it's called. Face Off map and
Okay.
gunfight map.
Oh,
They
I
added
do
a
like me some
huge-
gunfight. I always loved
You do?
gunfight.
You're a
I
gunfight
love
guy?
gunfight, man. Yeah, in my COD, that's one of my favorite game modes for sure.
Wow, I've never see. I liked it last season or last game.
Okay, maybe
in
that
Modern
I didn't play
Warfare.
a lot in Cold War, so that makes sense. But yeah,
Okay, well, I think the reason I liked it so much in Modern Warfare is that
That's where I played a lot.
The skill-based matchmaking wasn't bad, and also to be good in Modern Warfare, you had to use the MP5 and the M4. If you want to see my whole rant on this, go into my last live stream, and I took a break to eat some dinner.
We
And I
might need
went
to
on
put
a
this out as a
whole
video or
rant.
something so the chat can hear. You know, I didn't know about this. We might have to clip this up for
Yeah.
us, Hunter, so we can
So
hear
I'll
hot debate.
I'll just give you my key points real quick on it. So I taught hot. This is maybe a hot take for a lot of people, but I think if you're a Call of Duty fan and a gaming fan, it's pretty simple. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is a much better game than Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. And the reason I say that is I think I put out 4 reasons, but I think I might have extended it to 5 in the middle.
This is hot stuff here.
So
We're gonna get flamed for this, man. Oh my god.
So step 1 is because of skill-based matchmaking. Now, to be completely honest, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War has strict skill-based matchmaking and multiplayer, but in Modern Warfare, it was the first time where I really felt how bad it was. Like, in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, I get it when I get put in more high-skilled lobbies. It's because I've done good for like 2 or 3 games. But in Modern Warfare, it was like, oh, I got more than 15 kills in a game. Okay, you're going to play with the pros. Good luck. Put your sweatband on. And then you go like 7 and 25, and then you're down with noobs, which is awesome.
It just flip. Yeah. Okay, I see.
It's ping ponging.
Yeah, it's too recency bias is too much or something.
Yeah. But also Cold War. It's not great. Like, it still needs work, but it's something that's going to stay in Call of Duty forever because it makes money. And money's, at the end of the day, these are companies trying to make money. Number 2, the metas. So, in case you're not familiar, meta is, what the best guns, the best classes. I'm sure everybody who follows Tarkov
every
will know
game
their
out there is
meta.
going to have their meta. Yeah.
Every single game.
Competitive game, like multiplayer competitive game. There's gonna be things that work and things that don't, and things that work better than others. Yeah.
So in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, there was a meta. There were 2 guns, and that was it. It was the MP5 and the M4, and you could use other guns, but if you were like quote unquote sweating, you were using the MP5 or the M4, and so once you got into
those guns are meta in a lot of games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're almost in every shooter.
Those are 2 iconic guns right there.
Yeah. But if you were if you got into a higher skilled lobby, at some point everybody was just running those 2 guns.
For sure.
It was depending on the map, of course.
For sure.
There are a couple of really small maps where guys are just running around with shotguns. But I mean, 90% of the time, if you're an above average player, you're gonna have to play with the M4 or the MP5 to just get kills on a map.
So you're saying what you're trying to say with this though is that Cold War has more a wide array of meta guns?
Exactly. So what I'm getting to is that Cold War, it feels like at this point specifically, you can use any gun you want and be proficient at it. There are a couple guns, a couple LMG. There's one LMG I'm specifically thinking of, and one sniper that are pretty garbage. But really, whatever you want to use, you can use, and I think that makes it much better than Modern Warfare. Third thing is the actual game mechanics. So in Modern Warfare 2019, there wasn't a dead silence or ninja perk. So what that does is make your footsteps either silent or you sprint and make noise and you slide and make noise, but the rest is silent.
Okay.
The other problem was there were doors, and the ghost perk, which takes you off of UAVs, which just essentially show you on the mini map where your enemies are. The ghost perk was reworked to where it was on no matter what, and you didn't have to move to have it on. So what that created was a gameplay, which is the third problem, created a game, or fourth problem? Are we on four? Created a gameplay problem where everybody would sit in corners and wait to hear either target cues of people opening doors or people running or people sprinting, and would camp and wait for them to enter their room or turn and look out like a window or a door or something like that, which is completely different than what all Call of Duty has been since Call of Duty 4.
So it was a slower pace for COD than because of that, you'd say?
I
guess slowed it down a lot.
It was like it was trying to blend the line of super realistic and arcadey, and they did it in a way which just benefits the new players that they got from Warzone, which makes sense, right?
And that's what I was just... Go ahead.
If you think about Activision from their point of view, and this kind of leads into another point of them not taking care of the multiplayer, they have this huge cash cow in Warzone, which, who's to say if it's good or bad? I mean, it makes a ton of money, and they really don't have to do that much. I mean, this week was the first time they've really done anything with the Warzone community, as far as like what they should be doing as a game developer. They have this huge cash cow, and then they have all these new players that, we'll say, I don't know the numbers exactly, maybe 35% buy the game, 40% buy the game, and they want an experience that they can get hooked on, so let's make it as easy as possible for them. But the problem is you're then cutting off and isolating your original fan base, and that's one of the key steps in business is never isolate your core fan base. Well,
I think you've definitely said a lot here, Hunter. I think there's going to be some comments on all this, and I think I think it's important to keep in mind too what Hunter is saying too. I think he's more speaking about he is speaking some about Warzone, but it sounds like the more of the comparison is between the multiplayers with each other, right?
Yeah, there's some stuff about the game as a whole.
I think for now we might want to go ahead and move on from this conversation. But I think we got a lot out there, and it's good. Like Sidu said, it's good to see Lang in a talking setting here, getting some opinions out here. We might have to have Lang just have a little COD show, huh? A little COD talk show after this.
Yeah,
I see there's some opinions out there. Chat, comments, let us know. Yeah, man. Obviously, he's got the hot takes for you guys, so.
Okay,
I like it, though. I like it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. We got our COD talk for the day right there, chat.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get some more talk from Hunter. If you guys want to talk about any of that, make sure you guys check out his streams later today. So we are going to be updating our schedule. Twitch.tv/CalzaxTV/schedule. Check that out. That's where we're going to be updating it weekly so you guys can see what the streams are going to be. We're also going to be trying to schedule these live show streams for you guys. So keep your eye on that. But Hunter over here, he's going to be live for a lot of today. So definitely check that schedule. And pretty much after this show later today, Hunter is going to be over there, and you guys can take it over there and check it out. And then a lot later this week, like I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we've got some morning streams with your boy planned for some Tarkov. So that's kind of the plan for this week. I just want to let you guys know. We'll keep you guys updated in these live shows, but we are going to be updating our schedules. So, anywho, we'll go ahead and continue. Hunter, I know we got a lot on the plate here, huh? It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so let's move on to this new section. This first new section I want to try out called Hot or Cold.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm going to propose a a hot take.
It's already been pretty hot today. I'd say
And,
I'm feeling
it has
it.
been a
It's
little
been flaming.
It has been a little warm, I would say.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna propose a hot take, and then I'm gonna give Caleb, let's say, a minute to talk about if he thinks I was right or if I was wrong, and it's not even a big deal. So let's start with some gaming stuff. So the biggest gaming news right now is in China they arrested $76 million worth of luxury cars and other goods from an illegal company that makes cheats for Call of Duty and Overwatch. If you've played Warzone, you know the struggle with cheating in Warzone. If you've played Call of Duty multiplayer, you know the struggling with that. And in Overwatch, there's also huge cheating. It's a little bit harder to detect, I think, but it is there. So it has indeed become an epidemic in esports. Here is my point, or here's my issue from what I've grown to understand with what they're doing. They made like $700 million selling cheats. This whatever gang company, whatever they say they are. They made $700 million, and they only see 76. I think it's a hot take to not take 750 million or 750 mil, however much they made, and take it from them and give it back to all of the gamers. I think everybody who bought a game or a cheat should also be kicked off of every game, and I think that all their money should be gone and they should go to jail.
So they took cars. They took 76 million
So
in
they
assets
took 76 million in luxury cars and other goods, but they haven't actually
because they're like a
seized any
cheating
money
company,
from
or
them.
like what was the grounds for
So
taking stuff?
they sell. Oh, so they're in China. They sell illegal cheats
Okay,
for video
for sure.
games.
I see then. Yeah, that's.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that's a good frame of business. Again, I just don't know exactly what the Chinese legislation would be on those kind of things when it comes to, taking away their assets and things like that. But obviously from just looking at it from like a morality standpoint or anything, I think that cheating is pretty effed up in esports, and it's a big problem in Tarkov too, because it's an easier game to cheat in, just because the back end's not quite as tight as some other competitive shooters might be, but it's always going to be there because it is really hard to combat when you're as a developer. There's just so many ways it can be done. And it sucks. It just ruins the experience for a lot of people. Especially in Tarkov, because you have, in every game, but in Tarkov it sucks because you have your stuff, and then you go die to a cheater, and it's pretty blatantly obvious, right? Because they just ping you in the head like in a crazy way, or they're running around like crazy, but you lose all your gear too, and you're just like, God damn it, like yeah. But it sucks in everything, yeah, and it just takes, and that's why I guess people got to be monitored in some situations when it comes to those tournaments and things like that, to make sure that there's a fair game, and that's why you kind of get these applicants for tournaments and contestants that all play together. You can't have any public people in on these tournaments, because you never know if there's a cheater involved, things like that, and that just ruins the game. And I just don't understand what the fun of it is. Like, if you're a cheater, I understand it's fun to it's cool to go in and hack something and things like that, like building the cheats themselves. It also gives you some really good game knowledge. So I'm not knocking going out there and modding and building game cheats and stuff. I think it's cool, but it's when it comes to using them and really exploiting them out in the real world and stuff. That's just what I don't understand. It's like, what fun is that even? You're just hiding behind a wall of anonymity, just like, oh, no one knows who I am. I'm gonna go out here and ruin everyone's day. And what fun is that? It's just such a toxic way of life, in my opinion. And it's just you play a game to get over the challenge of learning the game and You know, at least a multiplayer game like that, you know, you go out there and die and die and die, but you get better and better and better and learn it, and it does take time. So I guess from a casual perspective, maybe that's one reason why you're like a casual who wants to be really good at the game, and that's the only reason you can. But that's just not a good enough reason to me. It's just like these things take time. Gaming's a hobby. You know, you want to learn how to play the guitar. There's no hack to just let you. You know, I mean, I guess there's maybe some crazy stuff, right? But realistically, you want to learn how to play the guitar, you got to sit down and learn how to play the guitar. You know, you want to play multiplayer games like this, you got to take the time to do it and just. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. Chat, comments, let us know what you guys think. Send the police. But yeah, man. So I guess that one's a little hot, huh? So
yeah,
we'll go to the next one.
All right. Okay, number 2, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. It's the latest game to hit this wave of delays that was gonna release, you know, I think it was gonna release this month.
Okay, I see.
This is more for the gaming industry as a whole. Originally I was gonna rip into this game, but I think I'm gonna hold off on ripping into this game because I do like the Lego series as a whole, and I do like Lego Star Wars. Here's my issue, okay? Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, was first revealed at E3.
Can you tell me more about that?
2019.
I don't know much about the Skywalker Saga, and I played the old one, so like, can you tell me? So tell our viewers what.
Yeah, so essentially, it's the game, and it's gonna cover the storyline of Anakin and go through Luke. Essentially, I don't know how different it's gonna be than the original games. It's also gonna cover the Rey and Kylo thing. Essentially, it's taking all the best moments from the 9 movies.
Okay.
And you're gonna play through those.
So it's not just based on the last 3. It's like based on all of them, not just the latest.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the highlights of all 9. So like,
I see.
you have from what I've seen, you have like Anakin's and Obi-Wan's fight. You have the run through the Death Star with the X-wing. You have Rey and Kylo fighting. You have that's
There's key moments. Okay. I think that makes sense.
Moments.
You can continue with your take now. I just wanted to explain.
So here's my take. Lego Star Wars announced its release in 2019. It's been 2 years. What other company in the world, or what other industry in the world, really says we have this great product for you. Here it is. You can watch some of it. Oh, but you're not gonna be able to use it for 2.5, 3 years. Why are we doing that? To me, the ideal, if I see something like, for example, No Man's Sky, this was a huge deal. The first release was like, the first trailer was like 3.5 or 4 years before the game itself came out. And for me, I don't see the reason behind that. When I see something, I want it. I want to buy it then, or I want to buy it that year. But after that point, I don't care. And with a Lego Star Wars game, I mean, come on. It can't be that hard to release Lego Star Wars. And I get it's not a real, there's not a huge gaming community around it. It's for kids. It's made for kids. But I like Lego games. I like Lego Star Wars.
There is a surprisingly big community. I mean, that game's been out for a long time. This is like a cult following for those games.
I played it a ton as a kid.
Yeah.
But it's, so here's my take. I think every game developer who promotes something at E3, at South by Southwest, at GamerCon, at any of these big gaming community functions, at these gaming festivals or trade shows, their games should be out that year. If they're not out that year, I think they're losing a lot of money, and I think it's a terrible idea. Let me know what you think.
Okay, it's a question. That is it's a that is obviously a discussion of a hot take, hot discussion right there. I think there's a lot to it that goes into play in this. Like so you have to look at multiple sides of the coin here. All right, so that is the current practice when it comes to these games. You see a lot of games be talked about, be announced, be even released. We're talking like early access when they have the bare bones, like really nothing to them. It's just like, here's what we want to do with it. And the reason they do that in gaming is funding. And so I hear you on that. Now let's look at it from one side. Let's look at it from the AAA company side. Okay, so from this side of the coin, I completely understand you. If you're a AAA company that has all this money, or like you're a business, you have employees working round the clock, yearly, you have managers, the whole works and everything in place, literally a bank account full of cash just to save you time, and then I can understand what you're saying. So maybe at something like E3 for those AAA companies, maybe there should be like, hey, you want to announce something, there better be a deadline within a year or something. I could understand that because that does there are a lot of developers that do like to promise things. Like when we look at like Cyberpunk or something, they put a trailer out in 2013. 7 years earlier, and you can kind of see the precedents that it sets and stuff, and it's not a great one, especially for those AAAs. I do hear you. It is a thin line to walk, though, because when we look at the other side of things, we have to look at the indie developer side of things. Because at some point in my life, I might find myself in that shoe. So I got to really, really look from that perspective. In that case, I probably don't have any employees. I'm probably just with a group of people that may or may not be making much money at all. And we have an idea for a game, but we probably don't have any funding to do it. And that's where the early access has been actually really helpful in helping. Because if you look back like 20 years ago, back in 2000s when the original Xbox and stuff was out, things like that, there weren't really many indie games out there, right? And you look 20 years fast forward to today, now we have games like Among Us, like Valheim, all these indie games out there because they were able to be released essentially in early access, and there's just no discs and publishers that they really have to worry about going through as much. So if we do it that way, what you're saying, we do risk, limiting the funding for these indie developers and killing the games before they can even get started, because that's where it's like maybe E3 could be more focused on AAA, and then we have things like Kickstarter and other festivals for indie developers, and we kind of make more of a separation. It's like, if you're an indie developer without funding, you guys can go to these festivals and stuff and show your early access things ahead of time so you can get your funding. But if you're a AAA company with all the money and you're trying to make a big badass game, but you want the big headlights on you, the E3 headlights, well, your game better be releasing within the year, and you can show it off at E3. So maybe that's a potential road, but I just wanted to share some light that there's a lot of roads that go into it. It's a hairy conversation, and I do
respect it.
Yeah, it's a very unique industry in that way. So
yeah, I respect your point. You definitely brought up some fair arguments there. I'm glad to see that you can that we agreed and we disagreed on some points, and that's all I wanted.
No, for sure. Chat comments. Let us know what you think. Sea-Doo says, "I'll never forget when No Man's Sky stole $60 from me." I was telling people back in the day to be careful on the hype, because it's those early access games like that. It's more of an idea, but it hasn't been updated a lot. I thought that game was actually really cool now. So I think from what you can salvage these kind of things. So
yeah, from what I've heard, 2 years later, it's a relatively cool game.
Yeah. So it is cool to see it kind of live to where it wanted to be, but I think people wanted it to be the full idea right away, and they didn't expect an early access style game,
Exactly.
And he also said, where Elden Ring at? I hopefully coming out soon, man. I cannot wait. You're going to be seeing a lot of Elden Ring on this channel when it comes out.
Yeah, that's another one that it sure doesn't seem like it should take that long, but I guess to be fair, 3 years 2.5 years turns out to not be very long when you compare it to 7.
And I will say it also, as a game developer, it really depends on how ambitious your idea is. If you come up with a simple idea, you can make a game quickly and stuff like that, but we're talking Cyberpunk type levels of ambition. That's why it took so long. It's hella ambitious. The more details you add in, it gets exponentially more difficult to make the game, and takes forever. And no wonder it took so long. So, and obviously with the pandemic and stuff, I can understand why Elden Ring is taking some time. I just hope they're not getting a little too ambitious with it. I want it, to be in a clean state when the game releases. But we haven't heard a whole lot about it, so I'll take that as a decent thing. That we'll find out soon. So, and I guess if we want to get in our last little take here, we can kind of do that, and then kind of hit our little conclusion and call it for episode 1 today.
Yeah. So I had 2 more takes.
Oh, 2 more. Yeah, let's do both.
Yeah. Okay. Time. So the next one's quick. Destiny 2 Season 14 announces some new changes. They're going to have the 801 vendor back and transmog. I'm not exactly sure what the new transmog system is. It says she will primarily be a vendor associated with aesthetic shifts, which is called armor synthesis in-game. I'm not exactly sure what that is. And anyway, so here's my take. Destiny 2 Season 14. Who cares? Destiny 2, Destiny 1, I guess the Destiny franchise, is a cool idea. I remember when I got my PlayStation 4, I think I got it for Christmas one year, and one of the games the package came with was Destiny, and I loved it. It was cool. It brings in the MMO and the shooter and the RPG game. It brings them all together in a pretty nice way. But the amount of content for Destiny that is free that you get is pretty terrible. You get 8 hours and then that's it. For Destiny 2, I think they bumped it up to a 10-hour main campaign, but then it's all DLC based, which, could be good, could be bad. My point is, who cares at Season 14 that they're changing vendors, that they're adding this, they're adding that? I think games with seasons like this, especially Destiny 2 of all things, 14 seasons is too much. If you have enough content for 14 seasons, save 6 of those and put them in a new game.
Well,
make it Destiny 3.
To your point, okay, so this is the lord of hot takes over here. He said hot or cold. He didn't bring anything cold, man. He brought a hot-ass dish. No, but I think, Destiny 2 has a pretty big player base. I still know a lot of people that play it, but I think the reason they're doing that is because I don't think they intend to make a new game. I think that's the thing. I think they actually just only want to continue Destiny 2. Like, they're just done making new Destinies for now. Like, turning it into a Fortnite or something, you know what I'm saying? So
that's like my take, is that it is definitely not as good as a playing Destiny 2 over and over again is definitely not as good as having a new Destiny 3. In my opinion, and I think it's almost a waste of time and a waste of money to continue to add season updates after season updates after season updates for a game where if you just made another game, you'd make a ton of money.
I hear that. I'm not a big enough Destiny 2 player to be able to say the amount of content that they have. So chat, comments, let us know what you think about what Hunter has to say. Maybe I'll agree, maybe I'll disagree. But are they not adding like whenever they add a new season and content like that, does it not add like new quests and stuff like that to go out and do, like new? Are you still playing the same game and it's just they just add new guns and changes? It's like the same world. I think
they add new guns, they add new armor. I think they add some new quests, but I think a big portion of the new content tends to be in like DLC raids and DLC. I'm not exactly sure what they call them in Destiny 2, but things like that where it's a lot of it seems to be hidden behind a paywall. Which, good or bad.
I hear. But chat comments, let us know. We'd love to hear some more about this. Do you guys agree? Should they keep doing what they're doing with Destiny 2? Or should they move on to a new game? Should they put out more quests than they're doing? Things like that. Do you like what they're doing? Are we completely wrong on this? This is hot or cold. It's hot takes, cold takes. We'll see what's up. So let us know, chat. Was that hot or cold? On to the next one.
Here we go. The last new take. Hold on one second.
Sounds like Hunter supports everything 2K does. That's funny. So we'll have to ask about that on a future episode, huh? Hunter's a big EA guy.
I love EA and 2K. Anyway, so Black Widow's movie has a new trailer. Trailer looks cool. It has, if you haven't been following it, they're making a Black Widow movie. They've been making it for apparently 2 years now. But here's my issue, okay? Movie looks good. I don't have any problem with it. But I don't care. I've been actually truly excited for this Black Widow movie since the first time she appeared. I think it's Scarlett Johansson appeared in, I think it was probably Avengers 1. It might have been before that even. Might have been in one of the Iron Mans or Captain Americas. But anyway, here's my point. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has over 20 movies. Why? They have, over the last 7, 8, 9 years, they have oversaturated their market to the point where I won't even go, like, I don't want to watch any more of their movies. Yeah, some of them are good and some of them aren't, but I don't want to watch a single one of them because I don't care anymore. Like, my girlfriend has not seen a single Marvel movie. Well, she's maybe seen a couple. I showed her a couple. There's a few that we watched together, but she hasn't seen almost all of them. And I have purposely been putting off watching them with her because I don't care to watch those movies anymore. I feel like the story's been played out. Almost all superhero movies follow a very similar line of intro superhero, either tell his backstory or show his backstory. Or if it's a second or third movie, say what happened in between the two. Then introduce bad guy. Good guy loses. Good guy has to do training or build something or recover. Big bad fight. Or no, look for the bad guy. Big bad fight. Good guy wins. Most times. There are some times where bad guy wins. But most superhero movies, especially in Marvel, follow that same sort of level to a certain extent. And in case you don't believe me, go watch any of the Iron Mans, almost any of the Captain Americas. Go watch, Ant-Man's. They're all relatively the same. Marvel has oversaturated their audience so much that their original fan base, or a lot of their original fan base that isn't this crazy Marvel head, doesn't care. Let me know your take on that.
You're describing why I'm not a huge superhero guy personally, and I don't mean to offend. I believe me, I understand why people like it out there and big comic people and stuff. I just never got into it as much. I was into other types of entertainment, media, and gaming and stuff like that. And I think you're hitting, for me, that was kind of the nail in the head. I do think it's cool. Like, I love seeing the action and the badass scenes and stuff, and I guess that's why some people really like it, because they just want to see some badass shit happen on television screen. But what you're saying is exactly why I don't like superhero stuff in general, because it's the same thing over and over, which is something new. And again, like, I feel like just if I go to a superhero movie, it's because I want to see some badass shit. It's not because I really care too much about the story or anything. But that's what made like a movie like Logan and stuff like that so good, because it was just like Logan was just the antithesis of like what you'd expect from a superhero movie. That was a movie that just happened to have superheroes in it, not a superhero movie, you know? And that's the kind of shit that I like.
You noticed you bring up Logan, which is
DC.
DC.
Yeah. And I just personally, I thought that was a fantastic movie because I wasn't really, you know, I'm not a huge X-Men guy. I just happen to think that was a really good movie. But and when it comes to Marvel, they have put out a ton of shit, man. And I just haven't been the best about keeping up with it because, again, I do feel like it kind of is the same thing when I do go watch them. So that's been my problem. But I've just never considered myself a big superhero guy. So I don't want to go out and step on, you know, superhero people's toes. That's my thoughts on it, but, you know, you can hate me for it, Chad. It's okay. I like, if you're a superhero fan, I would hate myself too. You know, it's okay.
Hey, I just want to clarify. I have no problem with superheroes. I like a ton of superheroes. My issue is with the way Marvel has run it. It has nothing to do with the actual characters.
For sure. I hear that. Well, chat, comments, let us know what you think about Hunter's take there. I personally can hear what you're saying. Like they, it's kind of similar. I think they're really going for that. I guess they're playing on their big action scene audience, like big crazy shit happening because, big production value, explosions, wild shit happening. I guess that's really the market they're trying to hit every time, and they're just like, we can just do this over and over, and it works every time. Like we just make blockbuster, like record-setting movies every single time.
Exactly.
But I will say, I thought that the Avengers stuff was kind of supposed to be crazy, and I honestly never. I am so sorry, chat. I need to go watch Endgame and Infinity War and all that stuff because I'm a piece of shit and just haven't watched it. So when it comes to superhero, I'll just talk bad about myself every time because I haven't done well with it. But I thought that those were like different though, right? Those weren't the same mold, right?
Yeah, they were.
Because wasn't there some crazy endings or something? I don't want to bring up. I don't want to spoil anything. I just heard that there was crazy endings, so that
no spoilers. They were good. They were different to a certain extent, but also like. At the end of the day, it still kind of felt like the Marvel cookie cutter, that it was relatively that. I mean, it was different. It did involve you to think a little bit, but it was essentially that same line of say what's happened since, big fight, good guys lose, try and track the bad guy, and then big fight.
Yeah.
Or try and get.
It's definitely a formula a lot of times. I hear that.
Yeah. And it's just not for me.
For sure. And again, that's why I just haven't been a big superhero fan in the past. But again, Logan I didn't feel like followed that kind of line at all, really. And it was just like just characters in movies happen to have these superpowers and stuff. But Lil Shrek, what up, Linnemeister Rip? I'm sorry to hear that, dog. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome. Okay, guys. So I think that is what we got for the live show, episode 1 today. But we are going to be doing this really frequently. I think we're planning basically every other day-ish right now. We're going to try to plan them on the schedule, so hopefully you'll see them up on YouTube, like scheduled streams. But that way we can come and talk to you guys pretty regularly here. If this starts picking up more steam, we'd love to do it more consistently as well. But we'll take what we can get for the moment. And guys, we have a lot of gaming streams planned over on Twitch, so make sure you all check that out. Twitch.tv/CalzaxTV/schedule. That's where you're going to see all of the schedule stream on Twitch, all the gaming that we've got. Go hop in on that. We are also going to be posting it, of course, to YouTube like our regular videos. You can always watch it there if you'd like. But if you do want to catch it live, get to talk to us IRL, or in real time rather, that is the way to go. So check that out. I think other than that, guys, if you really enjoyed this live show, thank you so much for being here. Drop a like and subscribe for the future episodes. For the algorithm, guys, drop that comment. And then, guys, if you guys are not in the airport Discord, link is in the description below. We've got 150 members up in there. It's really, really fun place. Hop in there. We post all of our links and notifications and stuff in there. And obviously, we got all these little links right here on the side of me. So I think that is it, chat. Thanks to everybody who came out. Cedu, appreciate you. Hunter, you got anything for the people?
I do not. I think you covered everything. I should be streaming today around midday, so look to our Twitter, Discord, or Instagram story to jump on with me.
Yes, sir. You said it right. But yeah, we are going to be posting our times from now on, guys, for the most part. So please check that out so you guys can know when we are live. But thanks to everybody who came through. If you guys want us to talk about certain topics or anything, definitely drop comments or let us know in chat. We'll try to touch on things that you guys want to see. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. If you guys didn't check out podcast episode 5, we recently put that out up on the YouTube. And it's kind of like this, but we had 4 people, and we're all talking Tarkov news and stuff like that. Really, really cool stuff. Hope you guys get to check that out. But that's going to do it for us. Love you guys all. I'm going to go ahead and toss this up. Love. All right. Have yourselves a good one. I'm going to let it jam for just a minute here, guys. And we will catch you later. Hope to see you guys on Twitch.
Peace out, boys.